I'm Lisa Rowberry, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to episode 2 of our Mix With Me series. First and foremost, before we get into these amazing mixes, I just want to thank you guys so much for the love and support on this particular series. I wasn't sure how it was gonna go. I loved the concept, I loved the idea, but the response that I got was like, it was absolutely amazing. And you guys writing in with what mixes to try is like absolutely phenomenal, like mind blowing. There's so many mixes that I'm reading where I'm like, I never would have thought to mix these two. Definitely gonna try it. So funny. Obviously I wasn't expecting the kind of response because I started writing down these mixes on a piece of paper. And then it filled up quickly to both sides, and then I got another piece. I was like, okay, obviously this is not going to work. This is not an efficient system. It is time to go to the notebook. So I'm so excited to give everything a try. In case you did comment with a mix to try on the first video and we don't mention it here, not to worry, I have it written down. And I will definitely be giving those mixes a try, and we will definitely be talking about them at some point during this series. There's only so much time in a day for me to warm the wax and do the mixes, and obviously I want to warm some other things as well. But this was a really great week with trying out some really great mixes. So thank you guys so much for supporting this series and liking it and commenting and sharing what mixes you have up your sleeve, because like I said, you've got some really amazing ones, like especially like some mixes where like I've got a bar of something that I don't necessarily like care for, most specifically Gleeful Grape. And one of you had come up with this amazing combination here. In fact, I have it written down. I'm like, oh, this is genius. Josie, Josie actually had commented, I didn't do this mix yet, but it's written down because I'm going to. She had commented to mix Grape Granita and Graham Cracker Crunch to give you like a PB&J kind of vibe. And I don't know why I never would have thought about mixing that. I don't have Grape Granita, but I have Gleeful Grape. So I'm like, oh, thank you, Josie, because I'm gonna need to find something for the Gleeful Grape bar that I have. So anyways, thank you. So this week we are going to pick right back up and talk about some more fabulous mixes that you guys suggested I try. And I was super pleased with all 3 of these. So there's 3 different mixes. Like I said, I wish there was more time in a week, and I don't know, maybe I need some more warmers. Maybe that's a thing. I'm gonna try to at least do 3 mixes each week, or I mean, maybe more, it just kind of depends. But I'm gonna at least try to do 3 to be able to share with you guys here during this series. So these mixes for this week, so the first mix is thanks to my beautiful friend Lauren, and she had actually suggested to mix apple butter frosting and black raspberry vanilla. So all of these scents, with the exception of apple butter frosting, are currently available in the fall and winter 2022 Scentsy catalog. So they are available to order, but apple butter frosting is not. So this one you've got to have in your club, or you got to find it on the black market somewhere to be able to try this mix. But I really like it. And you know, I never would have thought about mixing these 2 together. And I don't necessarily know why, because I love both of these. Apple butter frosting is so divine on its own. This is like, it's apple cider meets a rich, sweet buttercream frosting. So good. Turns out there's so many of you who are like, oh yeah, try this mix with apple butter frosting. So many of you do a mix with apple butter frosting, and I love it. I am here for it. Keep the suggestions coming, because I am definitely here for it. Apple butter frosting is in my club, so I'm happy to be able to do all the mixes. But apple butter frosting and black raspberry vanilla, this was such a good mix, and I'm glad that she had suggested to try this, because again, both of these are really great on their own, but this kind of gives you like, I don't know, apple butter frosting might be too fallish for people, because like you've got that apple cider. It's definitely more bakery. Like you have that rich buttercream frosting note that's in here, but it might still be a little too fall-y for some people if it's 107 degrees outside. So the black raspberry vanilla just kind of adds like more of a fruity essence to it. So it's perfect if you're like, well, I want some apples, some fall-y, but not full-fledged fall. This is really, really great because the black raspberry vanilla just adds that extra fruity element. And you know what it does for me? It kind of gives me some winterberry apple tea vibes. This mix was not crazy strong. I would say this was a light to medium scent throw for this mix, which is kind of funny because both of these together are kind of powerhouse scents. But when I did the mixing, these were, like I said, light to medium. And I didn't really understand that, but it was good. I had it going for a day. It was really nice. Like I said, gave me some like winterberry apple tea vibes almost. And it was really nice. So thank you so much, Lauren, for having the suggestion. I definitely love this and can definitely see trying this again. Also, the other note that I wanted to make, and this is another reason why I feel like having a notebook would be really, well, I have several notebooks, but I'm going to be doing a notebook for this particular series because if there's any like random notes that I want to make about this about particular mixes. What's so funny about this? So when I first like was putting these cubes together, I thought, oh, this is going to be really interesting in terms of like how my dish is going to come out. I know if you're like new to Scentsy, you're probably like, your dish? What do you mean? Apple butter frosting is like one of the like most staining waxes when it comes to the wax dish. Like you will remove this and it's like instant stain. Like it could be a brand new warmer that you have, and if you take out apple butter frosting, guaranteed it's already going to be stained. So I was like, this is going to be interesting because black raspberry vanilla is actually a wax that you can use in your warmers to remove a stain. I don't know how it works. I don't know. I've done this before. I'll link the video down below if I can remember, but it works. You can use alcohol, you can use counter clean, you can use black raspberry vanilla. It's just so crazy. Like it could be the most stained warmer dish, warm some black raspberry vanilla in there, and apparently you can with apple butter frosting too, like together. And it'll remove the stain. So I was wondering, I was like, how is this gonna work? Because this one always stains the dishes and this removes the stain. So who's gonna win? Black raspberry vanilla one, because there was no stain left in my dishes whatsoever. So that may be like totally pointless to mention, but it was something that I was just thinking about. I was like, this is gonna be really interesting. But nope, there was no stain whatsoever. Black raspberry vanilla cleans it up like a charm every single time. So really, really good mix there. Okay, next one is from my sweet friend Danny. She had suggested this beautiful mix of blueberry cheesecake. Is there dog hair on this? Yeah, just a little bit, it's fine. Blueberry cheesecake and sun-ripened berry. And I knew immediately I had to try this mix because I knew my husband was gonna love this. I know I was gonna love it, but I was like, if there's anything I know that Shawn is gonna like, I definitely wanna give it a try. So he loves blueberry cheesecake. Blueberry cheesecake is actually one of the very first scents that Shawn had smelled, and he was like, oh my gosh, this smells amazing. And I really appreciate the fact that she had wrote in with this particular mix because blueberry cheesecake, for some people, like the cheesecake note is just too much, or some people get like sour milk from this, because that, for me, I don't get sour milk. I do get genuine, authentic blueberry cheesecake. I smell the sweetness of the blueberries. I smell the richness of the cheesecake. I get that graham cracker graham cracker crunch. Get Scentsy off the brain for 5 minutes, Lisa. But I smell that graham cracker note in there too. I feel like Scentsy hits each note really, really well with this scent, but for some people it's too much, or their sniffer kind of like transfers some of the scents in a little different way. So when she had suggested to mix Sun-Ripened berry, which by the way, this is not available in the catalog, but while I am recording this, this is available in the clearance section. So if you do want to try this mix, this bar is still available in the clearance section for you to try. So I thought, what a good idea, because it's giving you more fruity elements. That cheesecake is still going to power through. It is still going to be there. Like that is it, that's what comes through most on this scent, is that rich cheesecake note. But you get that blueberry in there. But then adding the sun-ripened berry, because you get like strawberries and different berries in this, oh, so good. It's sweet, it's a little bit tart, so that tartness I feel like cuts the richness of the blueberry cheesecake, and it's really, really good. It's really good, decadent, divine. I did, by the way, both of these mixes, I did 1 cube to 1 cube in the same warmer. So not alternating warmers, but in the same exact warmer. And these two were just mixed and mingled and married beautifully, and I love it. Shawn also really liked it, so that is a win-win for sure. So if that is you, if you have blueberry cheesecake in your wax stash and you're like, oh, there's just something about this I just can't do, try mixing it with another fruity scent. I really love the Sun-Ripened berry scent, but if you don't have this, if you have a different fruity scent, maybe try mixing it so that way it'll kind of tone down that rich cheesecake note and add a little bit more sweet, fruity elements to the mix. But this is a winner. It's so good. I really, really like this. So Danny, mwah, thank you. This was fantastic. So blueberry cheesecake, Sun-Ripened berry for the win for sure. Okay, next one we are going to talk about, and this is from my sweet friend Jane, and she had recommended, and this I never would have thought about mixing. Honestly, none of these scents I really would have thought about mixing, and I think about mixing quite a bit. But these totally, threw me here. Cozy Cardigan and Winterberry Apple Tea. I don't know why, but I just thought, because for me, here's the thing, for me, bedroom scents, which for me, Cozy Cardigan is an absolute bedroom scent. It is beautiful. I love it. It gives you the same kind of vibes as cashmere and corduroy. It's sweet, it's cozy. You get that kind of cashmere kind of fanciness, elegance, if you will. Really, really pretty fragrance. Love this one so much. So bedroom scents like this, I don't typically think about mixing. I don't know why. I just don't think about it. I think they're beautiful on their own. Of course, you can mix it and make it even more beautiful or transform it in some kind of way, but I just never think about mixing those types of scents. But this mix is so good. Now, I did change this up just a little bit. So Winterberry Apple Tea for me is a very strong performer. Cozy Cardigan for me is light to medium. Another reason why I really like it for the bedroom, because I don't need anything super overpowering. So for this particular mix, I did 2 cubes of Cozy Cardigan to 1 cube Winterberry Apple Tea in the same warmer. And you guys, it's beautiful. It is so beautiful. It just adds a sweetness and almost like some fall vibes to Cozy Cardigan, and it's still a beautiful scent. Still, I feel like appropriate for the bedroom. Really, really pretty. I love it, but it just kind of elevates Cozy Cardigan. It adds a little added sweetness, and like I said, just kind of some fall vibes. That is really, really pretty. So I loved this mix too, and I can totally see myself warming this mix again and again. It's really, really pretty. So this one for the win as well. So thank you so much, Jane. This one was a win in my book. So there you have it. Those are the 3 mixes that I had done over the last week. Thanks to you guys for writing in and commenting about which mixes you wanted me to try. And again, thank you so much for your response to this series. I am so excited to try your mixes. I loved like reading through everything, and Shawn actually saw me. He saw me writing down. He's like, you're gonna need some more paper. He was like, what are you writing down? And I told him, and he's like, oh, that's super cool. He's like, yeah, you're gonna need some more paper. I'm like, I am. So it was super, super cool. And still, again, if you had a mix that you had commented on the first video, I'm not ignoring you. I do definitely want to give those mixes a try. And then if you haven't checked out that video, I will link it down below in the description. You should definitely check it out. But you can still submit your suggestions here on today's video in the comments, or you can email them in to me as well. So whatever works best for you guys. Thank you again so much. I cannot wait to try all the other mixes. There's so many that I'm like, wow, that's such a great idea, or that sounds super yummy, or, you know, just there wasn't a single one that I was just like, that's super off. And I don't think I would, because you never know. Some of these, like, honestly, like the Gleeful grapes, seriously, like I cannot thank you enough for the Gleeful, the grape mixture, because I'm just like, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this bar. Like, I don't know why I just didn't think about mixing it, because I figured grape is, just for me, I don't particularly care for grape scents, so I figure anything I'm gonna mix it with is just gonna ruin it. Not to offend you if you love grape scents, but I can totally see the peanut butter and jelly vibes with graham cracker crunch, so I'm really excited to give that a try. So thank you again so much for hanging out with me today. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like this type of content, if you like this series. I greatly appreciate it. If you're new, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, be sure to hit the notification bell. That way you stay up to date with all things Scentsy and what mixes we have going on. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next video.